Hey there, I'm Pastor Rich Avery, and I'm here with another No Drama Llama lesson for today. If I could remember what it's supposed to be. I tied this ribbon on my finger to remind me of what I was supposed to share today, but I can't remember. I don't know, I think it has something to do with Thanksgiving. Like I'm looking at my Thanksgiving shopping list here that my wife gave me. I've got a lot of stuff to buy for our meal for this week. Hey, what are your favorite things that you like for Thanksgiving dinner? Well, for me, my favorite is the turkey and the ham and the mashed potatoes. You know what? My favorite is the green bean casserole. That is really awesome. And the stuffing, that's my favorite. And the cranberry sauce, that is my favorite. But you know what my favorite is? My grandma's macaroni and cheese. That is absolutely my favorite. Wait, you don't think I can have so many favorites? I just have to pick one favorite? Well, okay, so then my favorite is I get a fork and I pick a bite of turkey and ham and mashed potatoes in green bean casserole and stuffing and macaroni and cheese and the cranberry sauce all in one bite. That definitely is my favorite. But you know, I just remembered what I was supposed to be sharing with you today is how easy it is for us as people to forget. That's why I tied that ribbon on my finger to remind me to remember of what I wanted to share with you today. Did you know in the Bible, in the Old Testament and New Testament, we are reminded so many times to remember and to not forget all that God has done for us, to remember his great love for us, that he created us, that he has a plan for our lives, that we're part of his family. We're reminded so many times to remember the ways he's blessed us and provided for us and met our needs. And we're reminded to not forget the ways that he wants to use us to be a blessing in the lives of others. So we've been blessed to be a blessing. There's one time in particular recorded for us in the Old Testament, in the book of Deuteronomy, where Moses, the great leader of the children of Israel, back thousands of years ago, Moses was a man who walked with God, who God spoke directly to him so many times. And Moses was getting instructions from God to share with the people on a regular basis. But in this particular instance, in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses knew he was about to die. He was very old. He had led well for decades. And he knew that he was about to leave and that a new leader was taking his place. And that leader's name was Joshua. And Joshua was going to lead the people to the promised land. And they would cross over a river called the Jordan River. And so Moses is telling the people, this is like his last speech, his farewell address before he was to leave them. And over he kept saying, remember. He would say, remember not to forget. Don't forget to remember, and remember to remember. Remember who you are as children of God. Remember that you belong to God. Remember whose you are. Remember all that God has done for you. Remember the ways he's blessed and provided, so that when hard times come or tough situations come into our lives, we can remember what God had done in the past, so we can have confidence of what he will do in the future, and we can be secure in knowing of his love and his care and his concern for us. But why did Moses tell people to remember over and over again? Because we forget so quickly and so easily. It's just natural as human beings. We forget those lessons. We forget what God has done. We forget who we are in him. And that leads us sometimes to make bad choices, to make bad decisions, to do things that kind of mess up our lives, all because we forgot who we are and whose we are and all that God has done for us. So, what are some ways that we can remember? Well, obviously, a great way is to give thanks. When we give thanks to God for the ways he has blessed, for the things he has done in our lives, we are remembering who God is. We are remembering who we are in him, and we can say thanks to him for that. Another way to remember is by serving others and by serving God, by obeying God. When we obey God, when we obey our parents, we're remembering who we are in God. When we serve and bless others, we're remembering that God blessed us to be a blessing and to make a difference in the lives of others. So this year, this Thanksgiving, as you are getting together with your family or whatever your Thanksgiving looks like, it's a time, isn't it? As families get together, we remember who we are as a family. We remember, like if we're with our grandparents or our aunts and uncles or cousins, we have memories of our family and good times we've had together. Maybe we can remember ways God has blessed or provided for our family. So this Thanksgiving, it's a wonderful time, whatever your Thanksgiving looks like, to remember who you are as a family, to remember who you are in God, and to remember his great love for you. And I'd like to encourage you to think about ways you can express that remembrance. Maybe you can write a note to someone in your family to thank them or encourage them. Maybe you can send a note or give a phone call to one of your friends just to remember them and to say, hey, I'm just thinking of you and I'm thanking God for our friendship or for the ways you have blessed me. So this Thanksgiving, as you take some time to give thanks, take some time to remember who you are, that God loves you, he cares for you, he wants the best for you, and he loves that you are part of his family. So I want to encourage you with that this week. God bless you. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you soon.